I'm the forest chair. I'm not much of a chair, really. The Johnsons bought me at a discount store and they put me out on the patio. They use me every now and then, but not that much. So it wasn't a big deal when little Sarah Johnson started playing out in the woods, or the forest as she called it, with the neighbor kid, Ben Smith. Mama let her take me out into the woods. Now, most chairs wouldn't think it'd be a very good thing to be dragged out into the woods, but I didn't mind. I was right at the center of all their adventures, and they had 1,000. I was the throne of the Queen of England one time. That was back when I had my seat. One time I was even the pilot chair on a mission to Mars. Those were some good times, but like all good times, they came to an end. The kids started growing up, and eventually the Johnsons moved away, and they left me out in the woods. And I thought that's where I would live for the rest of my life. I saw the deer come and go, the squirrels played around me, plants grew up all around my legs and up my back. I saw the rain fall and the leaves fall, and it even snowed on me a couple of times. But I was very lonely. Until one day I heard someone walking through the woods, and who was it but little Ben Smith? Only he wasn't little Ben Smith anymore. He was all grown up. He saw me and laughed and said, "Ha, Sarah Johnson." He stood there a little while and remembered all the fun times they used to have with me out in that clearing in the forest. He was there a little while, but then he left, and I was alone again. Until he came back one day, and he had Sarah Johnson with him. Apparently he had gone back home and made a few phone calls and tracked down his old friend. They struck up their friendship again, and you know how things happen. They wound up spending a lot of time together. They even got married, and she wasn't Sarah Johnson anymore. She was Sarah Smith. And you know, they came out into the woods and got me and put me on the front porch of their house. And now I watch them come and go. I watch their children come and go. It's not a bad life. After all, I'm not much of a chair, really. Thank you so much to all the Jubilee players who shared their stories. Some told stories that others had written, and I think you can see from this that there's a great future for this group, and I hope that you will follow our performances in the future. I'd like to read out the winners of the art competition. The children's art is on the other side of the building. First place in the elementary division goes to Brett Touch for his striped hands painting. Second place goes to Kirsten Ryan for her cardinal. Third place goes to Aaliyah Vines for her mermaid. Honorable mention to Kennison Roby for the flower and vase, and Jacob Elmore for the flamingo. In junior high, Deja Glover for her jazz piece got first place. Second place, Ethan Coker for a yellow chicken. Third place, Madison Graham for a quintilism piece. Honorable mention went to Naomi Evans for a wonderful, colorful butterfly on a black background. And honorable mention also to Savannah Alford for beautiful, colorful flowers in a vase. The winner in the high school competition was William Price for his dragon. I think they all deserve a round of applause. Your job for the rest of this year until we meet again next May is to encourage all the artists in your lives, whether they be painters or storytellers or makers of wonderful crafts or makers of delicious goods. Please encourage them to come out and join us next year.
and whether they do or not, just to continue being artists. Thank you so much for coming. Now, the bidding will conclude on the chairs at 3 o'clock this afternoon. So take another look, place a big bid. We need your help for the next mural. Thank you. And may I say a special thanks to John Zeitz, who has managed all of the sound for us today. And also to Lisa Hurley, who has been filming today and interviewing performers. On the other side of the courthouse, we have the Firehouse players and singers. If you want to wander around to the other side, they are a quiet group, but a lot of fun. Thank you for coming.